Alright guys, we're here in the lab. We got a cool project today. What we got here is racing helmet. What I already did off camera is there's just a visor. I just took that off real quick just to see, just to kind of envision how it's gonna be. The inspo is a Panther and Venom together. I only have today. I only have today to finish this. So I'm already thinking kind of like the 70s kind of comic film where it's Black Panther and Venom, and their colorway is just black and blue and some purple. Really is the main thing. But I gotta prep everything first, because prep is always priority no matter what. If you don't prep it right, it's not gonna come out right. Okay, this prep phase, how it works. Since this is like a matte helmet, I actually don't have to do that much prep, because after it I'm gonna put a clear coat on it. Matte really helps with paint, because if it was shiny, then I would have to like completely sand it over, do all the sanding, then acetone it again. Acetoning is just gonna take whatever layer is on here. Since it's matte and very pliable, so all we're doing is I take some acetone and I just kind of just wipe the whole helmet. And I'll just keep doing this all the way around. And then what I'm gonna do after that is like I'm gonna take this pencil and draw my vision that I have. And then I have to tape off all these little vents as well. Probably this rubber liner, and then the same thing right here. Down here, tape that off. Just so I don't make sure I don't get paint on that. We'll see how it works. We'll see how it works. So I use reference photos a lot. I'm using my phone to record, so I can't show you the reference photos. But right now I have the nose, and I have the whole kind of like mouth, kind of the whole front piece is gonna be the mouth. I'm gonna do the eyes like right here, nice and big. It's kind of looking like a Power Ranger helmet, which is really cool. Honestly, hold on. Now I'm interested. Comment the best Power Rangers of all time. It's a side note, but if you don't say Mystic Force, you're wrong. Okay, so the original idea I had, remember when I did like the 70s like Black Panther, like when they first kind of appeared, I scrapped it. I didn't like it. So we're just doing a Panther Venomized. So it's actually working out really cool. So when you're doing stuff and you end up getting a better idea, you're like, you know what? Scrap everything I said before. I'm doing this. And that's what we're doing. And I think I like it a lot better. It's gonna look cooler too as well. Okay, so I think I'm finished with this. Just with the sketch, it honestly looks really cool. Obviously we got the Venom eyes there. Maybe a little difficult to see. We got the nose of the Panther, we got the whiskers, we got all the teeth. Now if we pick it up and like look all the way around, we have it's basically obviously the eyepieces like you're in the mouth. And then you get all the teeth, all gnarly and stuff. We gotta paint all of this. Honestly, I think I might just hand paint everything, because it probably, I don't know, I just feel like it would be a lot cooler. I saw today about this, so like, I gotta finish this today, so hopefully I can. I think I can. I'm pretty positive I can. Obviously, we're still gonna add the pattern everywhere in the back. You know, but we'll see. There's gonna be a lot of changing throughout this whole thing, because I have one idea, and since this is a fully pred, I'll have like one idea, and then I'll counteract it with a better idea. So I wasn't gonna airbrush, but then I decided to airbrush, because if you kind of like look at this, I like the caked onness of this. That's why I painted this, to like kind of leave it like the Venom. I don't want to do that with the teeth. I'm gonna do that with like the gums, and I'm gonna paint it with the gums, because it's gonna be like more texturized, so it's gonna look pretty cool. But I don't want to do that with the teeth, so I'm just gonna start doing like layers, and it's gonna be really messy, but then I'll go in with like the red gumminess, and then it'll look a lot better, just so I don't have to cake on, and so the teeth doesn't look like the same type of cakiness. It's okay with the eyes because it's Venom. It honestly fits very well. But other than that, we're gonna start doing airbrushing all around. All right, got done with the airbrushing, so now we're just gonna line everything in gray so that we could do all of the red and like the gums and all of that. All right. So I just painted all the gray. It's kind of like primer basically. So, because the red is really like, if I were to paint on black or white, it really is. It's not the best. So I also kind of forgot that in his mouth there's like a whole bunch of. It's not all red, and I just realized that. So now I gotta do the gums. Once I do the gums, then I have to do the deep, dark depths of his mouth. But we're getting there. It's looking pretty cool. So right now I added the red. Now I'm adding the black just so it kind of blends. And then I'm gonna add some more shading, probably to the red, make it look more symbiotic, basically. And then we got some really good work done. And it's honestly really cool. Now it just needs some tweaking and like just a little bit of shading. All right, guys, it's the next day. And I kind of got ahead of myself because I forgot to record, but I ended up putting up some shading already in the teeth, just a little bit. And we're getting to the part, and then I also kind of outlined the front of the panther nose with the whiskers. I'm actually going to airbrush all of this so it looks better. You get the venom eyes. And then as I said earlier, we still got to add all like the patterns all over the helmet, everywhere. Keep you guys updated. Best part. Hold on. Off camera, because the footage unfortunately was lost, so just a heads up, you won't be seeing it. So this is, the finished product. What we did is, technically this is a panther, but it was too black and I wanted to add a little bit more. So we did like kind of like a jaguar type of thing, which, they're different in many ways, but they're very similar. That's why we changed it, but we added texture all over it and all over. We also added shading in the eyes. And then as you can tell for like the really like scary, you'll see it in the B-roll that we did, was we airbrushed kind of the wrinkles in the nose to make it look angry. We added whiskers as well. As you can see, we also added shading around all the teeth. We made it look more cartoonish, make it look cooler too as well. Added some shading in there. Then we also branded right here on the back, GMRT Customs, just so that you can see it. It's super dope when it's on. Just give you a quick little thing how it looks like when it's on.